Can you hear the music? I am playing music because I'm feeling really, really good. This is Linda G. Robert, your Back in the Groove Again coach with another quick video. I'm playing music because I feel really, really good. If you've listened to my last video, you know that I've gotten a facial done and of course my eyebrows done. And one of the reasons I got it done, other than for self-care, is because I wanted to experience affection and I wanted to experience a little bit of love towards myself. So when I was getting this done, I'm thinking of all sorts of things. I started thinking of sex in our 60s, or maybe I should say love in our 60s. And I started thinking of what some women will do to feel good, but not only to feel good, but also to find love, You know, I haven't been looking for love for a very, very long time. I'm being transparent. But if I found love, I certainly would be open to it. So I started thinking about age, and you'll have to look at my other videos for that. I started thinking about, well, how young or old would my partner have to be? And you know, I'm 63, I'll be 64 next month, like in January. And I started thinking of what would be, for me, appropriate age. I know, for me, a 20-year-old in the 20s, that would be too young. I wouldn't want that. In the 30s, I don't think I'd be able to date somebody in the 30s either. And I'm going to explain a little bit more, you know, in a few minutes. In their 40s, maybe in their 40s, definitely in their 50s. I would definitely date somebody in their 50s. And in their 60s, it depends. It depends. So it's one of those where there are some definite things that I wouldn't do. I wouldn't even think about it. And then there are other things, you know, other age groups that I would consider. The one thing that I'm thinking of that might be different for you, or maybe it's similar for you, is what do I want to date for, right? David Steele calls dating recreational dating. Recreational dating is dating for fun. Now, dating for fun, I want to say there's a couple of ways of explaining that or talking about that. You can date recreationally with someone just for fun, meaning for activities, physical type of activities. So if I wanted to play badminton, I probably would choose somebody that's a little bit younger than me, or somebody who at least will challenge me, but not make me run like crazy. So a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old probably wouldn't be the right person for me in terms of playing sports, so recreational sports, recreational dating. Sometimes you just want to date just to go to a movie, for example, right? And so when it's just a movie or just dinner or just, I don't know, a sports of some a hobby of some sort, then I'm not so sure if the age really matters. Although I'll have to say that in terms of conversation, if I was going to a restaurant with somebody, I definitely would want to be able to talk with that person, have an intellectual conversation with that person. And so that doesn't always depend on age. It really does depend more on experience. So for recreational dating, I'm thinking sometimes age matters and sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on what you want. Now, there's also friends with benefits. Right? That term came out years ago. Do you want a friend with benefits? From what I understand, it means, do you want to have a friend and also be sexually involved with that person, but maybe not have any strings attached? meaning not necessarily having a commitment to that person, which could mean you can date other people or you would date other people and so on. I think the definition for friends with benefit does depend on the people that are involved in that relationship, because perhaps you can be friends and have side benefits, but perhaps you would be, you would only see that one person. You would not be dating other people. But again, that is an agreement that you have with that person. I think it's a better idea to talk about it with that person. Like if you are friends with them and now you're thinking you'd like to, move it up a level and maybe, and it might be as simple as holding hands or kissing or even be more involved sexually with them. I think you need or should have a conversation with them. Again, you don't have to, but people do have various reasons why they may want to have a conversation with them. And it could be as simple as, we've been friends now for a few weeks, we've been friends for a few months, and I really want to have a little bit more with you. Or would you be open to that? And then, if the person is open, because they may not be open to that. And so if you say, would you be open to that? They may say, well, it depends. Or you may say something like, I'd like for us to consider redefining what this is, what this relationship is. I would personally like to start being a little bit more involved with you. Then, then you'd have a conversation around it. But there are other people that, and I would say people around my age, that either don't want relationships, maybe simply want friendships, and that's it, or simply want to have fun. More funds with friends with benefits, right? Perhaps it's just about feeling good, feeling, like, let's face it, I'm 63, and it certainly would be fun to flirt with people, flirt with men, flirt with maybe even 30-year-olds or 40-year-olds. Would I start dating a 30-year-old? Like I said, I wasn't like to be good at it. I would consider a 40-year-old. So, there's different reasons why we flirt, right? I can flirt with somebody because it feels good to flirt, and it's kind of fun. It is fun to flirt. Or I can flirt because I would like to be in a friendship with that person, or I'd like to spend a bit more time with them. That's why I'm flirting. Now, I'm curious, and I want you to write this in the chat box. Why do you flirt? Why would you flirt with someone? Do you have any reasons other than what I've mentioned? And if you do, great, add them in the chat box. And if you don't, it's okay. Write them in the chat box. We can have a conversation around that. Again, we all have our own reasons why we flirt, what we want, the age we're looking for. Would I date a person who's older? It depends, because I'm still quite active. I'm still quite physically active. What I mean by that is I don't run marathons, but I'm still in good shape. I can walk, I could walk fast, I could hike. I can do a lot of different physical activities. I don't have any physical limitations in that way. And I would want to be with somebody, whether they're younger or older, who can also have fun, either playing golf or playing badminton or going on hikes. So it depends. And it also depends on, I think, their personality as well. I have been fooled by people who have been older than me. I've really enjoyed having some really fun conversations with men that were older. So it's not so much the age. It's appearance, definitely appearance, but also it's also the personality and mutual compatibility. What do you think? Write it in the chat box. I'd love to hear your comments. This is Linda G. Robert, your bath and grooving in coach, helping you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to talk more about that, perhaps you'd love to start dating, you can always send me an email at backandgrooving@gmail.com. Perhaps we'll set up a meeting to talk about how I can help you meet the love of your life or live a life that you love. Talk to you soon now. Bye-bye.